Hey everyone, welcome to Brothers and Boss Battles bonus levels. This is an offshoot of our regular podcast, Brothers and Boss Battles, a video game showdown. In these bonus level episodes, me, Anthony, and my brothers Pete and Tom will talk about the lighter side of games, including lists, drafts, and any other thing we'd like to talk about. And today, since we're in the midst of our horror genre category in our main podcast, and one of those games that we discussed was Until Dawn, which was a game that a movie was made out of recently. We thought a cool idea would be to look back at other games, that some of which we've discussed on the show, others that we've not, and determine which games would we like to see made into TV series or movies themselves. And that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, guys. Anyone have any thoughts on this? What do you guys want to see as a TV show or video game that hasn't been made into one already? I think that has to sort of be the ground rules here. You know, we're not going to be no one picked The Last of Us or stuff like that.
So I want to start with one that is kind of bending the rules a little bit, and that's gonna be Shenmue.
Uh,
So I
yeah.
know they made the anime. I think it was a
Mhm.
10 episode series that was eventually canceled. So I think that they should actually continue that or, you know, revive the series in some kind of other animated form.
Mm. Okay. I thought you were
Or
going to say maybe a live action version, but you're sticking with the anime. I think it
well,
works as an
yeah.
anime, though.
I mean, either way would be cool, or even if it's more like a 3D
Yeah.
type of deal.
Yeah. I liked it. I watched that series, actually. It was cool. It follows the game pretty honestly.
Yeah.
I had one. Well, actually, I have more than one, but to start off with one, actually, kind of in the last year or so, there's these dopey rumors circulating that this might actually happen, and it would actually be a bunch of movies, not just one. But for the, or in the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, there's like these speculation slash really dopey rumors that's not gonna turn out to be true, that it's gonna kind of like initiate this like crossover universe of Super Smash Brothers, and then there's going to be a bunch of
Mm.
different, like kind of like the Marvel universe,
Like
like
an
there'll be,
MCU thing, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That's interesting. So I heard that in the context with the Super Mario movie that had come out.
oh really,
And I think it was probably just like people on Reddit wanting it to happen.
yeah, that's what I
But
think it is, yeah,
I do
Yeah.
kind of think it would be cool if they made like a Metroid movie and
Well, they are making a Zelda movie.
oh, they are in the
Yeah.
same like the cartoon like the Mario movie? Or is it I thought
I'm
that
not sure
you
because
know
I know they casted people for it already who I think were the actual like were going to be like actual actors, not just voice actors.
I think it's live action. I'm just looking it up now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, so that
so
won't
that's
be in the
live
same universe.
yeah, then
Yeah, it can't
Mario's
be
a
anime.
cartoon,
Yeah.
and the Sonic
Kind of
is
like both.
both, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the thing, like, yeah, you could really make a movie out of anything, but how to connect them, I think, is like into a single universe is
I think it would be
probably,
cool had they done that with the Nintendo games to then have it sort of culminate in a Super Smash Brothers type thing. Like
yeah,
however they would make
no,
that
it would be
into a
cool, yeah,
story, like maybe with the Master Hand or whatever, like it
yeah,
could have really been a cool thing.
yeah, for sure.
yeah. People are speculating that when they first announced, or like when the rumors of the Zelda movie were first swirling. Um, but yeah, I guess that dream kind of died when it became live action.
Yeah.
Anytime a movie comes out with a character from Smash Brothers, the rumors like live on.
All right, we got our Smash Brothers discussion out of the way early on this one. So I actually I had mentioned this. This was a game we covered, the one that I want to bring up, and I want to bring it up now as a game I'd like to see as I think more of a TV show than a movie. And I actually said this in the episode, but Earthbound. I think it would do really well. I kind of compared it to Stranger Things, where you have like these young kids going on adventures, and I just think it would be a really cool series. And it's got sort of a little bit of that weirdness and a little bit of that mainstream element to it as well, kind of like I think Stranger Things has. So it's I think Earthbound would be great brought to the movie I mean, sorry, the TV screen, streaming screen.
I would like to see it on a screen too. Actually, I had noted that down. For me, I thought of it more as like a movie, kind of like an awkward but not bad comedy movie that would like turn into a cult classic, kind of like how the game did.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I never saw the Goonies, but I imagine something like the Goonies or
yeah.
like
I could
a
even see
movie.
like The Princess Bride or something.
Yeah, something. I don't know. Or like the movie I think of is The Burbs with Tom Hanks, which
I
is
never
like,
saw that.
yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's like one of those movies that's really not good, but it's good. So that's what I envisioned Earthbound being.
Mm,
But yeah, it is. I feel like it's a fairly rich story and
yeah,
interesting characters. Like
right.
it would translate well.
Yeah, it'd be like cast like, different people and
Yeah.
bad guys are weird and it's just sort of like you can make it into like like you said, kind of like jokey and like a kid like, but then also serious as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool. I don't know if it's while it has the cult following, I don't know if it has enough mainstream appeal for them to ever
Nah.
do anything with it.
All right, I'll go again.
Mhm.
So not really a huge TV and movie person. So I was thinking like, what kind of shows or movies do I like? And it's comedy, really. So then I started thinking about what was like probably the funniest game I've played. And that's one we covered on the podcast very early on, Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Mm.
And I imagine it being kind of like what was that movie called? Ted?
Yeah, with the
Where-
bear, the teddy
Yeah,
bear,
yeah.
and Seth MacFarlane or
And he
something.
was like kind of crude and stuff. So it would kind of
Yeah.
be like that. I mean, I don't think those movies did very well, but
Yeah.
Did well enough to get a sequel.
that's true.
Yeah, but so does like every crappy horror movie.
Then we could finally see the story of Conker's other bad day.
Mm.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I got one. So I think the Kingdom Hearts series would make a good TV series. And they already have all like,
Could be Disney.
Disney, so like it could just
Yeah.
be on Disney Plus or something.
Yeah.
But there's a
Yeah.
lot of like different universes that
Mhm.
that they can go to, and then you could even add new ones in just for the series, like that weren't actually in the games. You like Disney IP, I mean.
Yeah. That would be cool. And I'm surprised they haven't done anything with it other than maybe, I don't know, they don't want like Donald Duck and Goofy beating things up, even though it's in a very cartoony fashion in the game. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And the game in general has like a very confusing story, I think.
Yeah. It's like
So-
in that Final Fantasy vein.
Yeah, and just like there's so much time between the games where like you
Mhm.
kind of forget
Yeah.
everything that happens. So yeah, I mean, I think a TV show would be a good way to kind of like
Yeah.
make that more clear.
What I think would be cool, and I'd almost want to keep it like cartoony, probably have it as like an animated movie. I could see it being on like a Netflix special or something, not really have like in theaters or anything, but like I think it'd be really cool to have like a Streets of Rage movie. You could really build on the characters rather than just have them go through the levels and kind of combine them. So like my favorite was always Streets of Rage 2. So you'd have Skate, Max, Axel, and Blaze, but then you could add who was the old guy with the electric arms from 3, Zed? His name was Zed.
I want to say Van or Zan, maybe.
No. Let us know in the comments what that guy's name was, because we can't just possibly look it up now on the internet. But anyway, like have him get involved, and I don't know. I think that would be pretty cool. It was just
Would it be like an action movie though?
yeah, it would sort of just be like I've been watching one recently. It's like a Street Fighter animated movie, and it's essentially like a lot of fighting. I mean, they have a story to it, but something like that. Like again, I could see it being very like straight to streaming kind of a thing. Not a big blockbuster, but might be fun. Get some of that cool music in there too.
Dr. Zan was his name.
Okay, so I had the Z portion and you had the portion, correct?
Yeah.
I love in that game the random like brew you could like.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like Kangaroo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Street Fighter. So I was thinking like those movies, I guess, right? Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. And those are
Well,
fun
They were
because,
awesome movies.
yeah, because there's a lot of different characters.
Yeah.
that you could kind of, you know, build on their personalities and their backstories or whatever. So I was trying to think of a game like that, fighting game, I guess. I mean, some of the popular ones are like Tekken and Soul Calibur, maybe, but we never really play those too much. But I
Yeah.
was thinking about what about Smite?
Yeah, I mean, I considered it too when we came up with the concept for this episode.
Yeah. It's
They
true.
did have like a built-in lore, not built-in, but like they had like a lore to the game. Like with each patch, like whenever they added a new god or goddess to the game, they would have like some kind of reason why they're there and stuff.
Right.
Right, right. Yeah, so you could connect them all,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
All the characters. Yeah, I was thinking
Uh,
this could even be more like a TV series, and you could really get a
yeah.
bunch of episodes out of it.
Yeah, it could almost be like an anime, like Netflix has a bunch of animes on it and
Yeah,
stuff, like something along those lines.
yeah. I think that would be cool, and it could be somewhat educational too about the
Yeah.
different gods of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it could be. Yeah, it's true. They did have stories for all of those patches, so it was like, oh, which I guess built on their actual lore to an extent, and but like now they're on the battlefield of the gods, and yeah, that could be
Yeah, it
cool.
was like when they introduced Surtur, like
Oh yeah, the
y-
Ragnarok stuff.
yeah, and like all the you know not all of them, but many of the existing gods were trying to stop him, and
Yeah.
then like some of the more evil gods joined Surtur and stuff like
Mm.
that.
and it wouldn't even necessarily just appeal to fans of the game because everyone knows Zeus.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah,
I mean, it would just have to include more story than just like the actual battles.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that would be fun.
Speaking of gods, I think that God of War would make a cool movie or series. Probably a series. I think there were rumors that they were going to make one on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, well, they've made so many games now into movies that
Yeah, and
you
that's a
wouldn't have
really
expected. Like, I mean, Halo,
Yeah.
Twisted Metal, um, was one of those like, was it, uh, not Far Cry, right? But like one of those like apocalyptic
Fallout.
Fallout. There we go. Yeah, that. Um, and then all of the classic old ones, Sonic, Mario, all
yeah.
that. Um,
I feel like any game that's like pretty popular is like you can make a game. I mean, you can make a movie, like, or you
or
could see a movie being made out of it, like Minecraft.
oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Minecraft. Yeah, wouldn't have expected that, but
Yeah,
the
Yeah, I mean even they made those crappy Resident Evil movies
yeah,
and that
yeah,
crappy
yeah.
Final Fantasy movie.
yeah. Wasn't there a Silent Hill movie too?
I think there was a while
Yeah.
back, yeah.
Wasn't there a House of the Dead?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, that was.
A- And Monster Hunter, like
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, they just make anything really into a
yeah,
movie.
They also have a bunch of like sort of that real looking animation Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Those
Those
are.
I guess are more I think they're canon anyway, those.
Oh yeah, they're sadly better than the live action ones.
Yeah.
yeah. So a lot of the games you were just mentioning were horror games, so I think those kind of could be made into movies easily. But
Yeah.
or
Well, a lot of liberties are taken.
yeah, yeah. But a game we just covered, Soma. What do you guys think of making that into a movie? Because that was really more about the experience and like the story and the message more than the gameplay.
Yeah.
So
I think it would be tough to make a movie where you're like almost literally by yourself the whole time into like a dynamic
yeah,
kind of movie that people would want to see. Like there's a few, like there's like that Tom Hanks movie where he's stranded on the island. Like that wound up being a good movie in many people's eyes, but I don't know. I just don't feel I feel like just one person wandering around and discovering things wouldn't really make a great movie.
yeah, you're right.
It's a better game,
It
really.
wouldn't be yeah a movie made for the masses. It would be
Yeah,
more of like a
an artistic thing.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Thank you.
But I was thinking, I've played a lot of those narrative games with games that some people call walking simulators, and I think some of those might lend themselves to. I mean, they're basically movies that you're playing, so it's And I think you could run into the same problem that those would be just sort of like a sole person discovering stuff. But
You have an
there are,
example?
yeah, well, there are some games where you're kind of just a sole person discovering stuff, but you're discovering like remnants of the past, and like those people sort of interact and could potentially, be other characters in it. But there's like Everyone Has Gone to the Rapture is one. What Remains of Edith Finch is another. Like, so those things are one person discovering things, but it's often like flashbacks. And like in Rapture, for example, like what you witness are these sort of like almost like floating electron versions of people, and you could maybe just in a movie make those actual actors and just the better experience and things. So I don't know. I mean, I just think those are such rich stories that they kind of have already been written, so that not much needs to be done there other than casting and acting. I don't know. They're cool. It would bring it more to wider audiences because I feel like those games, while popular, are sort of like poo-pooed by certain gamers, and they won't even try them. And I think they're missing out. I mean, there's other games like the Life is Strange games have a lot more characters in them, but they still kind of have that just narrative feel where that's the main thing you're doing. So those could lend themselves to movies or TV shows as well.
Yeah, it sounds like a game like that, maybe. 'Cause
Yeah,
those other games you were talking about kind of have the same problem as
yeah,
Soma, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got another one. So I was thinking any of the games from the from the company From Software, but so I was thinking specifically Elden Ring, just because that's kind of like the newest one. But a lot of these games, they have a dedicated, loyal fan base, but the lore is always kind of like intentionally they don't really go much into the story in the game. There's not like that many cinematics, and they don't really give you a lot of backstory. You're kind of like discovering it, through items you pick up or like NPCs you come across. But so I mean, but they do have very rich lore in the game, and even Elden Ring. Elden Ring, I think the guy who wrote Game of Thrones, what is his name, George
R.
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 Martin.
R. Martin. He was involved in writing this in parts of the
Oh,
story for Elden Ring, so I think that would be cool.
yeah. I feel like they tried to capitalize on the Game of Thrones success when they decided to make that Witcher series. Um, I watched it. I actually thought it was pretty boring. Um,
I have not seen it.
yeah. And then I know, I guess Henry Cavill, who was Geralt, I think sort of got disenfranchised with it because he was. I think he's a gamer and he was very into the story, or maybe he was a fan of the short story that spurred the game. I don't know, but he apparently didn't like that they were taking liberties or as many liberties as they did with this show. So he wound up, I guess, not being in it, and I guess it got canceled. I don't know. I watched the first season and didn't really like it anyway. So that's that. I would. So another one I was thinking, and going back to the Nintendo characters that I don't believe a movie has been made of or a show, but it's a group of characters together, so that's always fun and it's a little bit different. But the Star Fox series might make a good like kid show or something, or even a movie or something like that, like in the vein of the Mario movie kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not bad.
could definitely
'Cause,
be a movie. I don't know if there's enough meat on the bone for it to be a series,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
well, they made like Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons, right, when we were growing up.
yeah.
yeah, it's true. I guess
So,
you could just make up random stories for it.
yeah,
Yeah, Mega Man. Remember the Mega Man cartoon?
yeah.
That was
That's
cool.
that's
Yeah.
funny that you mentioned Mega Man because that was the last one on my list was a Mega Man movie, and I feel like they came out with a live action one. I think maybe 15 years ago or something, and it like was apparently very awful.
I have to look this up. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I feel like that's true.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
And then I'm pretty sure there was rumors of another one. Like,
Oh, I think there is. Apparently, I'm just looking it up. This is the Google, like, I guess it's the AI first thing you see, but apparently there is a live action Mega Man movie in development for Netflix.
oh, it is in development. I just thought it was a rumor. But to me,
I mean, this
I
is
I feel like it should be like, or I would like it if it was a Mega Man Legends
yeah, I knew you were
movie.
gonna say that.
Yeah,
because-
I mean that's a more story-rich game.
yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, there was a Mega Man movie from 2010.
So
A brave
15
robot
years ago.
volunteers to combat the mechanoid minions of a mad scientist bent on world domination. All right.
And
Oh,
it
yeah,
wasn't animated, right? It was like,
No, it was live action, but looks
yeah,
horrible.
yeah.
I feel like when you make that choice to make it live action, like you want it to be horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think there was like, I don't know. I think they might be different now, but I feel like cartoons are often looked down upon. So to make a whole movie for that, for the masses, for non-children, and like they're trying to make these things to as wide an audience as
well,
possible.
the Mario movie was quite successful, I think.
But that came out a few years ago. I'm talking about like 15, 20 years ago.
back
I
then.
feel like there was, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Because there were a lot of good animated movies that like weren't Disney.
Probably not.
I mean, maybe there were. I'm just not thinking of them on the top of my head.
Yeah, nah, but I think the Mega Man Legends series would serve as a good base for
I gotta play those again,
movies.
maybe for the pod.
Yeah,
Because
we do.
I do remember liking them and thinking they were fun and interesting, but I don't really remember the story, like why we were doing what we were doing in those.
I don't remember either.
Yeah,
But it just there was more of a story than your typical Mega Man
yeah.
games.
Beat
Which is-
Doctor White.
Yeah, yeah.
I got one more.
Alright.
So, last one for me is Red Dead Redemption. We could cover 1 and 2.
Mm. Yeah, I mean that's a rich story, well liked by many.
Yeah, I don't know if it would make like a whole series and probably be too long for a movie, so maybe like a limited series or something.
Mm.
Like a 5
Yeah.
episode kind of thing. Or
I just kind of feel like all of those narrative but action-y narrative games could lend it. I mean, they did it with The Last of Us, so I don't. You could
Yeah.
do it with Red Dead Redemption. You could do it with Alan Wake. You could do it with The Evil Within. You could do it with an actual like following the lore of Resident Evil instead of just like using the title and making up your own thing like the movies do.
that is true.
Yeah, so I mentioned Mega Man was my last one, and you have any more?
No more for me. Tom, you good? Red Dead's your last.
That's the last one.
We
All
had
right.
some good,
You know.
solid
Suggestions.
ideas, I think.
Listen to us, Hollywood and streaming services. Try to get some of these on board.
And then give us a kickback on it.
Yeah, well, that too. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. Let us know in the on our social media pages what you think would make good movies or TV shows from games that haven't already been made into them. Check us out on Instagram and X at Bros Boss Battles. That's BROS Boss Battles. Also YouTube and Twitch. Check out our website at brothersandbossbattles.com. And please like and subscribe on wherever you get this podcast. All right? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and we will see you soon.